What's happening, my swole brothers and my swole sisters? It's PK here in the Fringe Sport Austin gym, and I'm here today to talk to you about knurling and rings. Why do some bars have one ring? Why do some have two? Why should I even care? And what's right for me? So, before I get into it, I want to invite you to join me in our private Facebook group, Garage Gym Revolution. You're gonna find me in there, and you're gonna find tons of other of your beautiful brothers and sisters who are all seeking improved lives through strength, and you're gonna find an environment of positivity where you can make positive changes in your life and in your muscles. Also, give us a like on Instagram at Fringe Sport. All right, let's dive into it. So first of all, what the heck are these things? So a lot of people call them rings. That's fine, we'll just call them rings for today. And then what they are is they're little spaces where there is no knurling, where there's no cross-hatching on the barbell. So first of all, what's the knurling for? What's that cross-hatching for? Well, it's so that it's easier for you to hang on to the barbell and it doesn't fall out of your hands. I mean, that's it at its most simple. And what those rings are for is those rings are for you to be able to visually line up your hands so that you have the barbell equidistant, so that you're not lifting a little more on the right, lifting a little less on the left, something like that. Okay, so if that's what they're for, why are there sometimes one? Why are there sometimes two? And what does it matter to me? So the reason that there's either one or two is that there are two major standards for where to put those rings in terms of where they go on the shaft of the barbell. One is put out by IWF, International Weightlifting Foundation. The other one is put out by IPF, International Powerlifting Federation. These two federations have different standards for where those rings go. So for example, down here below, I've got a Fringe Sport Olympic weightlifting bar. So we have the ring set on this at the IWF, the weightlifting standard. And so what that does is it helps people to line up for the clean or separately to line up for the snatch, boom, when they're gonna pull it overhead. Now for the Powerlifting Federation, those rings are a little bit further in, closer to the center of the bar, because what is powerlifting? It is bench, squat, or deadlift. And unlike the snatch, where you're gonna need your arms really far out, for most of the movements that I just mentioned, you're gonna want your arms a little bit tighter in. So IPF rings are gonna be in a little bit closer to the center of the bar. IWF rings are gonna be a little bit further out on the bar. Now, why do some bars, like this bar here, the Bomba V3 by Fringe Sport, why do they have two rings? Well, I think some of you smarty-arties already know what's gonna happen here. It's because we put both the IWF and IPF rings on the bar, because you're usually not gonna grip the bar right over the rings. You're usually gonna have a relatively narrow grip for your deadlift, your squat, your bench, or you're gonna have a little bit more of a wide grip for your snatch. So we can do those two, so we can make the bar more useful for a variety of different styles of lifter. So what does this mean to you? If you are an all-arounder, if you're gonna be doing deadlift, squat, bench, clean and jerk, snatch, maybe even some thrusters, some other movements like that, I would say the best bar for you is one that's got a couple of rings here. However, if you're like, I'm a hardcore weightlifter, I'm never gonna do any of those deadlift movements, well then go with the weightlifting bar. Same idea, if you're a power lifter and you look at those weightlifters as skinny freaks, then you want a powerlifting bar. And not only do you want just the powerlifting rings, you want a nice, thick knurl, so that bar is never dropping out of your hands when you're deadlifting. So, that's what you're looking for. Did I miss anything talking about rings? Let me know in the comments below. I read almost every comment. Give me a shout out down below. And find me on Facebook at Garage Gym Revolution. Link below, and find Fringe Sport on Instagram at Fringe Sport, or on the web, www.fringesport.com. Go out and lift something heavy today.